and I would come back with a styrofoam cup. I'm like, he probably thinks I stuck my finger in it or something. Like, we didn't have bottled water readily available.
Why would somebody think you put your finger in their water?
Well, it's just not, when you say, I want a water, you don't expect them to come back with a cup of water.
Oh, I see what you mean.
You know, it's open. Like, I wouldn't want a cup of water. I used to be embarrassed, but that used to be all we had.
Sure.
The
God,
ghetto.
I went in this morning and I tweaked Poundcake's processor because we burned out his mic. His mic sounds weird now because he burned out the processor that was in there, and so we replaced the microphone. And I was in there tweaking his processing this morning, and man, it doesn't sound any different. I mean, you're just like cutting through like a knife, and I'm trying to tweak it and figure it out. So I dropped the high end and put more low end in there. It doesn't sound any different. So I got to get it. It's not your fault. It's just your voice. I just got to get in there and.
It's just your voice.
It is, man. You are cutting through like a friggin' Ginsu knife.
Should I like pot my mic down?
I mean, is it super hot? I mean, I pot you down here lower than you have been, just because.
I'll put me at 15.
When you get going, boy, you're.
Bad out of hell.
Bad out of hell.
How about now?
Again, it's not. I don't think it's the level.
The volume. Yeah.
It's the. I'll go.
Volume. Tone.
Yeah, it is, man. There's some things you can't mess with, but anyway, I'll figure it out. I figured I would hear at the top of the show if my attempt did anything. Yeah, somebody wrote me about like screw meatloaf or whatever, and they were like, I don't get bat out of hell. They're like, have you ever seen a bat fly? It looks like a piece of toilet paper in a tornado. I'm like, yeah, but yeah. They were probably just trying to kind of do a rock and roll thing, right? Like, bat out of hell is the phrase.
Yeah.
And they were... hey, listen, if you'd like to join us today, we'd love to have you. 216-578-1007. 800-348-1007. If you want to send me a text, 35192. And if you just want to leave us a quick message, just use the after-hours line. Do it there, 216-986. 8903. Speaking of this morning, I get on the elevator, and there are 3 women in the elevator. Dougie's one of them, and then there are 2 other ones. And so I get in, the door's shut, and this one girl goes, I know you. And I look at her, and she goes, you're really, really good friends with so-and-so. And I say, no, I'm not. Well, the girl that's talking to me is Jessica I. Remember Jessica I?
Oh, yeah.
She's like a big MMA fighter on these parts.
Right.
And I go, you're Jessica I, but I'm not who you think I am.
Excuse me.
Gesundheit. And I said, you did. She's just kind of staring at me. Are you sure? Yeah, I'm sure I'm not who you think I am. I go, you did my show 100 years ago. Oh, right. I'm sure she didn't remember at all.
She gets hit in the head.
But I was. Does she still? I didn't even know I haven't seen her in a long time. I didn't even know she was still training or fighting. Or
I think she
looks good.
I think she's moved from fighting to training.
I was going to say
she also has an OnlyFans, I believe.
She did not look. She looked good. She did not look like she'd been getting hit in the face recently.
Nah, she still fights. When Jake Paul, or I don't know which Paul brother, was here in Cleveland, she had a fight that day.
Okay, and that was back in what, September?
Yeah, 2021. Okay. So yeah, no, she still fights.
I'm always amazed, and maybe it speaks to their acumen or whatever, but you know, when you see male fighters, they look like they've been punched in the face a lot or kicked in the face a lot. And female fighters, they can get out there and do the same thing the dudes are doing, but maybe it's just the makeup. I don't know what. She looked good. And, anytime you saw Ronda Rousey, you were like, this does not look like a woman who's like getting kicked in the face all the time. But I'm sure that the good
fighters don't get kicked in the face all the time. Don't get kicked in the face.
But you're still getting contusions and things.
Right, yeah.
I don't know. Yeah,
and it's one of those things where, unless you get the broken noses and stuff like that, and then the cauliflower ear.
Yeah.
That sticks around, but the rest of it pretty much heals up.
I guess so. And makeup goes a long way, too, I'm sure, for those gals. But fortunately, here at iHeart, the hallways don't smell like paint thinner today. I was practically passing out yesterday for whatever reason. The hallways
doing a little
had this thick. Did you smell that yesterday?
Oh
yeah. All of the hallways smelled like paint. I know that they're doing work on the other side of the floor.
Yeah, the other side of the building's all pink.
But they're doing like construction work. It didn't.
No, they're painting over.
Oh,
there.
Are they?
Yeah, because if you can look inside that doorway and you can see that they painted that whole other side, and it's like bright pink.
Okay.
I guess.
Well, because it's T-Mobile.
Moved,
yeah, they're moving over there, but. I guess I didn't look that closely. I just knew that our hallways, smell like paint thinner. So are you having a better time out there than you had been a few days ago?
Yeah, definitely.
Did you get to the Overlook yesterday?
No. So I had a meeting yesterday down in Malibu, and so it was nice to take a day trip and go down there.
That's where Barbie's from.
I know. Well, one of the Barbies. Skipper, it's crazy.
Did you see him?
I didn't. Well, I saw people who looked like her, but
Saw people who look like Malibu Barbie.
Yeah, not actual Barbie.
Yeah, Mary went to Malibu Seafood. I love that place.
It was really good.
Oh my God, it's so
good. That
good.
bummed me out. All I've wanted since I've been out here is like a really good fish taco. I like crispy, regular, nothing fancy, just like crispy white fish with some coleslaw or pico and avocado, whatever. Like that's what I've wanted. And my friend was like, Malibu Seafood, you're gonna love it. It's so good. And I'm allergic to shellfish, right? So I asked them, I was like, hey, I always feel like such a douche when I go to a place like that. And I'm like, I can't have most of your menu. What can you do for me? You know? And,
If you use that voice, I bet they'd be much more accommodating for you.
well, I just asked, they said, because they had the fried fish tacos, but they also had like fried shrimp and oysters and clams. And I was like, do you guys fry everything in the same oil? And they said, yes. I was like, damn it. So I got like a piece of grilled mahi that was awesome. And
Just one mahi?
Mahi. Yes.
You weren't that hungry.
Can I get a single mahi?
Just one mahi.
Yeah.
Thank you, though. But yeah, and it's like that place. It's like this little fish shack. It's super small. Like you walk in and
It's on the highway.
Yeah, it's right on the side. It's literally a shack on the side of the highway.
Yeah.
But it was great. And then the view across the street is just the Pacific Ocean. And so yeah, we had that for lunch, and then went. And
The view up the hill's nice too, because it's at the bottom of the canyon from Pepperdine University.
Yes.
Ooh,
so
hacha.
She said, my friend said that was a Christian university.
It is a hoity-toity Catholic university.
Catholic,
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was cool. It was cool to spend the day down there. We went to Malibu Country Mart, which is basically like an outdoor mall there, but with really like expensive stuff, you know. So we went, and she was like, "You might see a celebrity here." So we were like, "Getting."
Well, that was going to be my next question. Did you see Mel Gibson picking out Persimmons?
I did not, but she showed me the place where he had his anti-Semitic breakdown.
Well, they have a whole LA tour based on the parts of the city where he had anti-Semitic breakdowns.
We drove
You
past
can get on a boat, and they go right over there, and then over there at Malibu Mutt's Grill and John
It's actually
Barbados.
a 3-day tour.
Right.
That's right. Yeah.
It's a lot of stops.
We saw Cher's house.
Yeah.
Like up on a hill, little compound overlooking the sea in Malibu. That was pretty cool. I text you guys just a picture of a sign that said Calabasas, and I was like, Cody, someone you know is going near Calabasas. You're famous. That made me laugh. But
He loves Calabasas.
yes,
I just like to say it, Calabasas.
But yeah, it was a good day. I didn't see any famous people in Malibu, but T.I. did a set at the Comedy Store last night, so that was pretty crazy.
Did people talk to him in the green room afterwards?
They talked to him in the parking lot, but yes, there was a whole slew of people near T.I.
How was his set? Was it?
He has been doing comedy for 2 weeks, so it was exactly what you think it was going to be.
Did he joke about all of his sexual abuse allegations with his wife?
He did not.
Hey, everybody, guess what? My wife and I might be going to jail. So anyway,
They're
what's
just
up with airline
allegations.
peanuts? Huh?
Yeah. Well, the thing about it is that even being a 2-year comic, he doesn't have a lot of jokes.
Yeah.
2-week. But he's got stage presence. He's got charisma. He's
a performer.
Exactly right. He's been a performer forever.
Sure.
So he's got that half of it down. I'm like, he gets a couple writers. This dude's going to friggin' start selling out arenas doing comedy. And Usher was with him. And
The owner of the Cleveland Cavaliers?
the part owner of the Cleveland Cavaliers, yes. I was so starstruck standing anywhere near. I was like in the same circle as them for a minute, and I could not stop staring at Usher because he's like my absolute like middle school huge crush. The 8701 and the music videos that were coming out, I was in love with Usher. And so
Yeah, I hope you didn't stand too close. Is herpes airborne, Bill?
Not as far as I know.
Okay.
I hope not. I hope,
You're so petty. You are so petty, and I'm mad because I didn't say it first because I was like, be careful.
No, doesn't he? Doesn't he allegedly have herp?
Yes, he does.
Alleged.
pays you $3 million to shut up. about
There
it.
you
About
go.
that.
Then that
Herpes.
removes the allegedly part.
Right.
Yeah.
But he's so hot. And my buddy Rob Ward, who's a friend of the show, he's done the Alan Cox
Oh,
Show
yeah.
Comedy Store.
Oh.
He's out here too. So he and I were hanging out, and
Have you
we're,
seen Jasmine?
Not yet.
Oh,
I was
okay.
going to see her tonight, but So we're hanging out and we're in the same circle. And Rob's telling me actually kind of like not a deep story, but like an emotional story. And I'm just staring at Usher and not listening to a word that he's saying.
No.
And he was like, Mare, like, what are you doing? He's like, you know what? I'm done with you. And he just like walked away. I was like, you don't understand. I'm so close to him. Like, I'm freaking out. He's like, can you keep it together? I was like, I didn't like go up to him and say anything or be weird or anything like that. But I was just staring at his absolutely gorgeous.
And that's how quickly Mary Santora has adapted to Los Angeles. Is that 2 days ago, she was pissing and moaning that she's in a green room and nobody's paying attention to her. Now she's next to a celebrity, and a friend of hers is telling her a deeply personal story. And she goes, what? Oh, I didn't even...
Sorry, I'm trying to look at Usher.
Oh, I was tongue-effing Usher in my mind. I'm sorry. Oh, Rob.
Yeah.
Sorry for your loss. Anyway, I'm going to go talk to Usher.
Hey, Rob, if you're listening, just give me a call. I'll be there for you.
Yeah, it was really cool though. It was fun. I got to hang out with some really cool. Like, here's the thing too, is that like you don't know who anybody is, so we're just hanging out and BSing. And Rob Ward goes on the road with Benji Brown, so it's like a couple of us hanging out at the bar area, and then we walk away, and he goes, "Do you know who that was?" And I was like, "No, who is that?" And he's like, "Oh, that's so and so's manager. He's been at this agency for 30 years." You know, I was like, "Oh, damn." You know, like
yeah, but you're not going to know that.
No, but I think it helps. I think it's beneficial not to know that. Like going into it and not being a weirdo. Like I couldn't control myself around Usher. I wouldn't be able to say 5 words to that guy. But if I don't know who these people are and I'm just kind of like hanging out being normal, I feel like that's better, right?
I mean, it's a coin flip, right?
I mean, yeah, you could say something totally stupid.
Authenticality.
Authenticality. There you go. Right.
But yeah, I'm feeling much better.
So did he wait until the guy was out the door to tell you so that you didn't go like running after him like a Wile E. Coyote trail of flame behind you?
No, we had went into a different, because there's 3 rooms in the Comedy Store. So we had gone into a different room just to check out the show, and that's when he told me who he was.
Right.
But I was like, oh, I feel like it's at that moment you kind of like evaluate. You're like, oh no, what did I say? How was I acting? And I was like, I think I did okay.
Oh my God, did I talk about anything in my underwear or? Okay, good. I think we're clear.
It's been a much better couple days.
Good.
Having a good meeting and spending the day in Malibu and then seeing celebrities. And so I'm starting to feel like me again.
What a difference a couple of days can make.
You know.
You really out here. You really out here in this bitch.
I'm trying.
What does that mean?
She out here in this bitch.
She is out there, yes.
In this bitch.
In that bitch, yes. I got to take a break. I'll have another $1,000 for you.